I think my favorite drink would probably be peppermint twist tea. It's super good. Black tea and green tea mix. A little bit of energy, but also super refreshing, especially iced. My favorite part about being in Billings is probably just being able to drive like 45 minutes in each direction and being able to experience just the wilderness and being secluded from just kind of the city and just being on the wilderness. I went to California for 3 months, and my roommate Ben was in the Navy, and he came home one day and he had this super old Jeep, and he just looked at me and said, "Hey bro, you want to go on a road trip?" And I was like, "I mean, let's do it." He's like, "Let's go off-roading." So we drove about an hour and a half away from our house, kind of out into this desert. It was a real popular spot where people would go off-roading. There was like tracks everywhere. And so, we drive on the highway through the city, and then we eventually got to the mountains where we were just kind of going through, and then came down the other side of the mountains to the desert. And his Jeep was super old, probably like a 70s or an 80s. And we were driving along, and I wanted to film it, and so I had my camera out, and I was filming him go up a hill, and I told him to stop at the top, I'll come down, I don't want you to back down this thing. He's like, "Yeah, screw you, I can do whatever I want." And so I film him going up the hill, and then he starts coming back down. I'm like, stop. And it's a pretty narrow road, and with like cliffs on the inside. And pretty soon he starts turning and drifting, and his back end goes off one of the edges, and he almost rolls the Jeep backwards. Holy moly. So we get stuck in the sand a few times, and we lost a muffler, and all of our water started like boiling. It was so hot out, and it's starting to get dark and cold. We don't have any doors on. The roof's not on the Jeep, nothing like that. And we're driving, and we have to stop like every 10 minutes. We blew a head gasket. We were running out of coolant, the whole 9 yards. And I stopped, and I saw this huge, it looked like a vine on this rock. Turns out it was like an 8-foot long rattlesnake. So I threw a rock at it, and it curled up. I could hear it shaking and stuff like that. And I threw another rock, and it darted up the hill and almost bit me in the middle of the desert. We had no cell phone service, totally would have died. And then we eventually got to this small town that we passed on the way up there. Had some of the best pizza in my entire life. And it took about 6 hours to get home instead of an hour and a half. That was the time I almost died in the desert.